Greetings, bike guys and bike gals. We're out on another off-road adventure. I just wanted to share it with you, so stick around. So we were out on another trail ride here. I got a couple of my students. That's Annie there in front of us, Tom now in front of us, and we were just doing some washes out there. I'm working on some riding technique in washes and getting them to kind of push themselves a little bit. And the nice thing about the wash is it forces you to turn. And so then they could work on their turns, and then there's always, you know, or some things in there for them to work on. But I just thought this is a good place or a good way to take a newer rider and have them ride, and then there isn't a place for them to go, so they have to figure out how to deal with the turns, and you can't see around all the turns, so it forces you to use your brakes, it forces you to look ahead, and that, because if you're looking down at your front fender, you're not going to see what's coming up next, so you have to be looking ahead, and this is a good training thing here. So this is a nice wash. It goes on for several miles, and part of it is worn in really well. It's like this area here that we're at, and it's worn in nicely, so there's a good track running through there. And then eventually I ended up putting us into some more of this same wash that is not all broken like this, and everybody kind of struggled in there. You have to get used to turning in the soft sand up there, but this ground here was packed down in that, so you could just ride along and keep your traction in there. But we had a good day, and I'm going to show you a couple other things as we get up out of this wash and get on down the road a little bit. Here's where that sandy wash was. And it got tighter and tighter and sandier as we went. So anyway, this is a good place to practice. So I popped up out of there. Annie and Tom ended up taking a ride off to the north, and I decided I was going to go and ride an area that I was aware of that was south of here. And heading up into those hills right there in front of us. And I think you're going to have a surprise in here. I was sure surprised when I got up here a little bit further and what ended up going on. So I got over to those hills and I started up a track that hasn't been worn in yet. I didn't lay this track out. Somebody else had laid it out, but I discovered it and I thought, well, I'll just see what kind of a track they got laid out here. And then I ran into a problem. When I get up the hill here, you'll see what ends up happening. But it was kind of a fun little track. As we head up this hill here, this is a old piece of ground up here that there are other tracks up here, so I wasn't looking out for what catches me next. Boom! Down I went. And I go, what in the heck? And it was barbed wire. And it had wrapped around my foot and the foot peg and just jerked me right over on there. So I took that wire and I pulled it up out of where that track was at and moved, I don't know, maybe 100 feet of wire. It had been cut or something. It was laying down on the ground, but it sure got a hold of my foot and my peg. Fortunately, I wasn't injured. With that thing wrapped around my foot, it just jerked me to a stop. So I want to send that out as a warning. When you're out, try to be aware of your surroundings. And we've all probably ran into places where we got wire wound around the wheel or something like that. Barbed wire is one of those things that it's really hard to see because it blends in so well with the terrain. Anyway, I got out of there. I decided I'd go out and make some tracks on some other trails that are in that same area that are all broke in. I know what's there, and it was really quite nice because I was able to get out and kind of punch it up a little bit, enjoy the ride. And so I wanted to also say I appreciate all you guys that watch our videos and hit our like buttons and subscribe and all those things. We really appreciate that. going to just finish this out with a little bit of music and the motor running, and you guys enjoy your rides and give me some comments and responses. I appreciate it. Thank you.